From the Mac PC to the success of the iPod to the dominance of the iPhone, Apple has become the #1 personal electronic gadget maker on the planet. It seems like every few years, Apple comes out with yet another game-changing invention, and they hope to match that success once again when they release the long-awaited Apple glasses known as Apple Glass. Today in this video, we will take a look at why the Apple glasses are so special. Learn from the mistakes of others. Google famously tried to release a similar product called Google Glass in 2012, after which it failed miserably. The users of the device complained about the clunky interface, lag time, and a myriad of other technical issues that proved the Google Glass concept still needed work. But the most backlash about Google Glass was about the lack of privacy. When Google Glass was originally released, it featured a camera that was always recording. This caused problems for users of Glass being banned from movie theaters. A new patent filed by Apple suggests that the Apple Glass camera may be included as a removable module, supposedly as a means to combat privacy concerns. Another patent takes a look at potential mechanisms to alert bystanders to the fact that it's recording. An alternative method describes a flashing light on an external camera to show bystanders whether the camera is recording. In addition, Apple is exploring several methods of ensuring that an attached camera can be turned off or obvious to people to address privacy concerns. Apple is taking the time to consider several alternatives for camera-related privacy concerns. Another concern is that others will be able to peek into your glasses and read what is being displayed. How Apple is going to address this is as yet unknown. iPhone. The Apple Glass will be powered by the iPhone, similar to the Apple Watch. To use them, you will need to pair them with an iPhone, and there will be no Android support. The reason for this, which we'll explore in a bit, is to do with components. Apple will use the iPhone to do all the heavy lifting to make the Apple Glass lighter and less complicated. With Apple Glasses, wearers will be able to interact with their iPhone directly in their line of sight. You'll be able to read messages, interact with the web, view pictures, and watch videos on the lenses right in front of your eyes. With Siri, you'll be able to dictate notes, messages, and queries. iPhone will be an intrinsic component of Apple Glasses. The Apple Silicon will do all the heavy lifting, ensuring snappy performance and greater power efficacy for the smart glasses, which will effectively act as a conduit for media and applications, not a source. Think of Apple Glass as a pair of wireless smart displays on your face. ROS. Apple has been developing a new software platform for Apple GS to run on an operating system dubbed ROS, Reality Operating System. The new augmented reality operating system is said to be closely based on iOS. ROS will apparently run on a system-on-a-package chip, like the chipset inside Apple Watch. Battery life. One of the key things that will make or break Apple Glass is its battery performance. Google Glass battery was awful, so Apple will need to ensure that it doesn't make the same mistake with Apple Glass. A minimum of 3 hours of uptime would be the absolute lowest it could get away with. If Apple could somehow ensure 8 hours of battery life, it would definitely win over a lot of people. This would mean, so long as you weren't using them all the time, you could get through a full day of usage on a single charge. Proper display. Unlike Google Glass or any commercial VR headsets currently on the market, Apple Glass will display a fully interactive 3D AR environment in front of the viewer's vision. A 3D environment that can be interacted with. A leaked presentation by Apple on the Apple Glass claimed that smart spectacles will be able to map spaces and physical objects more accurately than current AR devices on the market. All the magic is done via the Apple Glass's display or the lenses you look through. The design is rumored to incorporate Sony OLED microdisplays. These have an ultra-fast response rate, high contrast, wide color capabilities, low reflection, and a thin light design. Supposedly, Apple Glass will feature a 0.5-inch wide display with a resolution of 1280 by 960 pixels. The field of view will likely be 52 degrees at minimum. Whatever ends up being used, one thing is clear. Apple Glass will display a fully immersive 3D AR environment in front of the wearer's line of sight. And as anyone who works in marketing will tell you, the potential applications for this sort of technology are truly enormous. Camera. Supposedly, the Apple Glass will have a LiDAR sensor on the right temple. Right now, it seems like the glass will have no other camera. This decision is thought to address privacy concerns that smart glasses have brought up. Although another Apple patent suggests that the glass may have a detachable camera module. This means the wearer could take the camera off in places where filming is illegal or unethical. Interestingly, the Apple Glass may be able to identify nearby sounds. The patent is called Audio-Based Feedbook for Head-Mountable Device and may provide capabilities similar to sonar. Will the Apple device help us to see as bats do? We will know the answer to that in a few years. Interface. How the Apple Glass will be controlled is uncertain. Apple has various patents for touch panels, voice activation, and hand gesture control mechanisms. For instance, one patent shows rings that a user can wear. The ring track finger and hand movements as a method of command input to the Apple Glass. One interesting possibility is that Apple Glass wearers won't require prescription lenses because of a vision correction system that automatically adjusts for those who usually require seeing glasses. Release date. Many in the tech world speculated Apple would release Glass alongside the iPhone 12 in 2020, but this obviously never happened. The first suggestion of a 2020 release date for the glasses came way back in November 2017 via Bloomberg and was backed up by reputable sources at the time. After the 2020 release date never materialized, many pointed to a 2021 or early 2022 release date, but that too does not seem to be a reality, as Apple has made no announcements referring to a 2022 release, and we only have a few months left of 2021. Apple has announced recently that the Apple AR headset could be released in 2022, with the sleeker and more stylish Apple glasses to follow sometime in 2023. It would be foolish to think these release dates are concrete, as we have seen many times the suspected release date has been pushed back. At a price point of only $499, you can be sure that Apple glasses will be bought up by millions on the first day of release, whether that is next year or 5 years from now. It would be safe to assume Apple Glass will be yet another game changer for Apple, and we will see them on the heads of millions. Here's some additional information about Apple breakthrough tech. According to Bloomberg, Apple is also in the development stages of its next breakthrough product. It's said that this product is definitely one that could dominate the iPhone. It is an augmented reality AR headset referred to internally as the T288 project. And Apple is betting big on the T288, with the initial strides in this direction marked by ARKit, released with iOS 11. While iOS devices have laid the groundwork for the company's AR work, the future points to a completely new product category. The final product may be AR glasses or some combination of virtual reality, VR, and AR together in one unit, able to provide a mixed reality. This is going to blow people's minds. The Apple T288, which is also known as Apple's AR device, has been in development since 2016. Now reports indicate that the T288 project will release its first product in 2022. With New Year's coming just around the corner, many of us are irked that we can't purchase them this year for Christmas. Nonetheless, according to translated reports from the Taiwanese version of DigiTimes, Apple's augmented reality headset will enter mass production in the second quarter of 2022, with a launch expected between the third and fourth quarter of 2022. Unfortunately, the first iteration of Apple's AR headset has been deemed a bit bulky in design, similar to the Oculus Rift headset, but a sleeker pair of Apple glasses could launch a few years later. As for the price of the Apple AR headset, it is not going to originally fetch a cheap price. With its 15-camera module, eye-tracking capabilities, and iris recognition, it will cost between $2,000 through $3,000. For more information, be sure to stay in touch. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.